Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry. I was having, my audio wasn't working. I had to shut my computer down and restart. I don't know what was going on.
Technology. What are you going to do with it?
I mean, that's it. That's all you can do. You can just have to deal with it. How's everyone doing?
Jennifer, they're out of here. Jennifer and Stacy are out.
Jennifer and Stacey are out?
Oh, they just got up and left as soon as you got on.
Well, I mean, I have that effect on people.
Hey, Kathy, another congratulations for your award this year from GMAR. It actually should be to the whole Linnell team, but you guys put together some great things, and we so appreciate you. So congratulations.
Quite the honor, quite unexpected, and just thrilled. I'm looking forward to next year.
Yes. We are too. Hopefully we get to see you.
In person.
Yes, in person, for sure.
All right, let's see. How we doing? Is everyone back? Melissa D, how are we doing?
Excuse me. I think if you want to get started, we've got our essential people on here. So we'll. I know everybody's busy, and we thank you for joining us today. So we can get this party started.
Let's get this party started. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Guess I want to acknowledge first and foremost, I'm sure people are the same as me. We're all kind of zoomed out after 9 months of this, but I think we're turning a corner, and hopefully 2021 will bring some normalcy, some healing, some good energy. And I'm looking forward to that. So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Melissa Botsford, and I am the current, for a few more minutes here, current president of Women's Council 275 Corridor. And it's definitely been a great experience, an interesting experience. It started out awesome. We were able to do our anniversary party like normal, and then I guess what I'm most proud of for the year is how the board and the chair, our members, our strategic partners really just kind of rode with us. And we did the best we could under the circumstances and tried to deliver a good cheer and content and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity. I am still going to be around. I have a chair position. Our incoming president asked me to do, and I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to do just a couple quick thank yous. Thank you to my board and chair people. We don't stick to our roles, so to speak. We all work together for the common good. Whatever needs to be done, we just pick up and we do it. And I also want to thank our strategic partners. You know, they came into this year and were very generous, and you know, with the understanding it would be a normal year, but of course it wasn't. But again, we did the best that we could. And to all of our members that are on this call and out there in the universe, thank you to all of you, because that's why we do this. That's really all I have by way of introduction. There's going to be a little bit more to come here, but thank you for the honor. And let's all look forward to 2021. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to one of our strategic partners who's been a longtime supporter, Craig Lee, to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay,
I do have a flag. We have a flag. So.
Perfect.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. That was excellent.
Thank you, Craig.
So Mr. Rick Linnell is on. I can see him. If you wouldn't mind leading the inspiration, I would love that.
Sure.
Great.
So this is definitely intended as an inspiration, although it's unfortunately got sadness associated with it. I'm guessing that many of you are aware of the passing of Tom Cottenham. And Tom was very important to me and is very important to me for several reasons. First and foremost, he's actually the person that introduced me to Jack Waller, who I teach Con Ed with. Jack is actually his nephew. Another important aspect was Tom was actually a consultant for my law firm for many, many years. And I would go to him when I had particularly challenging situations or when clients had challenging situations. And he was great and he was fun to be around. And obviously it's very sad that we lost him, but I thought about when asked to do this, he was the first thing that came to mind because of the way that he conducted himself. Now, I'm not going to tell you we were best friends. We did do things socially sometimes, but I got to spend a lot of time with him at work, co-presenting with him and talking about issues. And I have a story that to me sort of typifies how I think about Tom after all these years of knowing him. And so we were teaching Con Ed. Jack Waller had a class scheduled with an extremely prominent commercial real estate office, local one. And to sort of set the scene, we are teaching Con Ed and we are starting teaching at 5:30 a.m. on a Tuesday morning because commercial brokers, firm says they work half days, 5 to 5, half of the day. And that's not a joke. That's how they do it. And we are teaching in a conference room that has the largest conference room table that I've ever seen. It had seating for, I think, just over 42 people. And when we started out, I think there's about 70 brokers, and the questions were kind of to get a gauge of the room is, how many people in the room are lawyers? And 60+% of the people raised their hand. Next question, how many people in the room have an MBA? Another 20% raised their hand. How many people are CPAs? Another 30%, which means some of these people had dual master's degrees. All of them were smart enough to get away from those degrees and get involved in real estate. Everybody was suited up, and to say that the room was a bit stifling is an understatement. The room, quite honestly, was pretty cold. And the typical Con Ed that we teach, we changed it a little bit, but I mean, we can't do a one-off class. So we're teaching what we normally teach and trying to make it adapt to commercial situations. And the room is unresponsive. It's on life support. And Tom gets up to do his part. And Tom says, you know, I like to always start out with a joke. And for those of you who've seen Tom, you'll know that he loves jokes. And he said, you know, I was talking to my son not too long ago. And he said, and at this time, Tom is too old to have a young son, but for his joke, he has a young son. He says, you know, I was talking to my son and he's about 10. And I said to my son, I said, what do you think the chances are that I could poke my head through this hole? You know, poke it right through there. And my son laughs at me and says, Dad, what are you talking about? He says, no, I really think, son, that I could poke my head through that hole. And the son says, come on, Dad, quit wasting my time. And the dad says, you know, or Tom says to the dad, you know, son, I'm willing to bet you. I'd bet you $5 I could poke my head through this hole. And the son says, Dad, I'll bet you $10 you couldn't poke your head through this hole. And then Tom proceeds in front of everyone to do this. Poking his finger through the hole, poking his head. I couldn't believe, I knew the joke because I'd heard it before from him. I could not believe he did it. And the room, who is deadpan. I mean, nobody's reacting the whole time. We've already been going at it for 45 minutes. They're like this. And about half the people let out a, some response. And Tom had told me long ago, he said, you know, you've got to tell some kind of bad joke because when people are listening to you, you've got to have them reset every 7 to 10 minutes or you're not getting through to them. And even if it's a bad joke, some reaction, that's all you need. And Tom didn't miss a beat, did it in front of everyone. And what I would tell you that I learned from that and I got from Tom was that, first of all, always be confident. Don't worry that the room isn't reacting. What you've got to say is important, whether it's on a listing appointment or a showing or whatever. If you're a professional, what you've got to say is important. Second, be genuine. Be who you are, because in this room, I didn't have the stones to make any dumb jokes. I mean, you could just tell before you even you just lose your nerve. He didn't lose his nerve. And the last thing was, don't take yourself too seriously. We're out here to have fun. And I think those three things really typified the way Tom conducted himself. And of course, as most of you know, if not all of you know, Tom was a consummate professional. And just like this network, he gave of himself across various boards and various aspects. In fact, he was flown around the country regularly to speak to other boards and associations because of what he knew and because of how he carried himself and because of his style. And so I would say to you, let Tom Cottenham be an inspiration to you.
Yeah, he was a great man.
He was.
Thank you very much. Yes, I had the great fortune when I first started out in residential real estate. Tom Cottenham was our team leader where I was, so I knew him pretty darn well for a while there, and saw him a lot and all that good stuff. So thank you for that. It was really a beautiful tribute, and brings back some memories, especially with the jokes. So thank you for that. Okay, well, I'm on the agenda. Next up is me. And this is this phrase is, sorry, I have so many notifications. This phrase is used often, but this is truly meant from me. I have the great honor of introducing someone very special, someone who really truly defines giver, a person who doesn't seek out the limelight for all that the limelight brings, someone who truly does this for the greater good. And it's our very own Katie Weaver. And I'm going to, I have something written here that I'm going to read from. So I'm gonna start with this. So Katie really Katie's also a full-time realtor. So Katie's, you might wonder how in the world she's able to do all that she does, plus all the business that she writes. So, and why would she do that? That's another question. So, because what we do here within our association, Michigan Realtors National, what have you, it's all volunteer work. So why would she do all that she does? And there's just so much more to real estate than listing and selling homes. Katie believes in home ownership rights, giving back, and mentoring others. How beautiful is that? Katie currently serves as the Women's Council of Realtors Regional Vice President, and recently had the honor of being elected to the National Executive Committee. And I'm reading from this because I want to make sure I get this all correct. In addition to Women's Council, she is the president of the largest association in Michigan, which many of us are, the Greater Metropolitan Association of Realtors. Katie is also a director for Michigan Realtors. She's also a National Association of Realtors director, a Michigan RPAC trustee, and the NAR RPAC trustee rep for Region 6. Katie believes strongly in advocacy for private property rights and puts her money where her mouth is, being a golden RPAC investor. Katie also has traveled to Washington, D.C., which I'm sure we all missed very much this year. She has done this for the last 9 years to meet with members of Congress, further advocating for our industry. As a member of the management team at Real Living Key Realty, she actively lists and sells homes, as I mentioned earlier. She and her husband, Jason, along with their 2 Great Danes, enjoy farm life in beautiful Imlay Township. So, woof, that's why I said it's a great honor. And, you know, on a personal note, she's also a really amazing human being. So I'll just leave it there. And I'm going to mute myself. Enough of me. Katie Weaver.
Thank you, Melissa. Right back at you and everybody that's on here. I really do appreciate that. And yes, this year is going to be a big year. I might be sitting here hour after hour and occasionally sell a house. So, but I love it. I love everyone that I've had the pleasure of meeting, and the friendships that have come out of all of this is just unbelievable. So thank you very much for that. All right, are we ready? We're going to do the installation. So I too have a script that I have to read off of, Melissa, as you know. In the life of every organization, we need some people to lead and others to follow. Today, we are here to pay tribute to our retiring officers and to salute our new leaders. These members are elevated as officers to plan, to work, and to serve. They then step back and follow while the others lead. Will the 2020 leadership team of Melissa Botsford, Melissa Degen, Debbie D'Angelo, Tiffany Cottenham, Jennifer Craig, Katya Campbell, and Stacy Pardikes. It says please stand, but why don't you just give us a wave so we know who you are? All right. In your service to Women's Council of Realtors 275 Corridor, you have earned the respect, the appreciation, and the gratitude of your membership. We truly are mindful of the work that you have done, and we honor you for the achievements you have attained. As you become past leaders of the Women's Council of Realtors 275 Corridor, you will become a member in the ranks with your experience and training, which our council looks to you to use in a new role, a role to support and further the efforts of those who are about to follow in office. I want to personally thank you for a job very well done this year. As we know, it has been a challenge, and you continue to serve at a higher level. You stepped up and you just grabbed the ball and you ran with it. So thank you very much. We appreciate your efforts. So members and guests, please help me give these officers a well-deserved round of applause. Hey, virtual applause, love that. So now I declare these offices vacant. Thank you all, and you can remain seated. So will the 2021 officers-elect appointments and directors come forward as I call your names? Mary Ross, Membership Director. Give us a wave, Mary. Mary is also going to be our Affiliate Director for GMAR. So congratulations, Mary. We'll be seeing a lot of each other.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Mary, it is your duty to conduct outreach strategies to communicate the value of the network and Women's Council brand, as well as engaging prospective new and renewing members. Stacy Pardikes, I always mess that up. Stacy, are you on? There you are. Stacy, your job as secretary is to ensure proper reporting, take the minutes of the governing board meetings, assist with network compliance and correspondence as requested by the president. Tiffany Cottenham, treasurer. Give us a wave. Where's Tiffany?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are in the corner. Okay, you're in my corner screen. Tiffany, we're just now going to tell you that you have the hardest job of the network, so it's too late to back out, but just FYI, it's a tough job. Never want to do that again. So Tiffany, your office is to ensure strategies and systems are in place to support the financial health and integrity of the network, as well as to ensure proper reporting and network compliance with all state and federal laws and regulations. Debbie D'Angelo, President-elect. There you are. Debbie, you will support the president in fulfilling their duties, build leadership skills, and prepare to assume the presidency in 2022. You should also be working on developing and maintaining productive relationships with the strategic partners to ensure satisfaction and support for the network activities. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, your 2021 president, a true sweetheart, Melissa is going to do fantastic. Melissa Degen, president. You are honored to be installed into the highest office of the Women's Council of Realtors. can bestow. To you, we look for the kind of unselfish leadership that will bring the network success, harmony, and achievement in 2021. You will provide leadership and direction for the network, keeping your team focused on the mission of the council and the business plan. You will act as the local voice for Michigan's Women's Council, that's a tongue twister, brand, articulating the value of the network, representing Women's Council throughout the community and setting the tone for active member involvement. For the entire leadership team in the positions you are about to assume, you will be identified as the officers as the Women's Council of Realtors 275 corridor, dedicated to the best interests of the profession and the welfare of your members. As part of the 2021 leadership team, you are entering upon a new phase of service, cooperation, and leadership. You will exemplify the best that realtors have to offer to our profession and communities. Guard this trust carefully and give full measure of your time, qualities, and leadership. So if you are ready to accept the responsibilities of your offices, please raise your right hand. All right. Do you so solemnly promise to swear to administer the office to which you have been elected or appointed to the best of your judgment and ability, conforming to the bylaws of the Women's Council of Realtors, observing and enforcing the Code of Ethics, and supporting the activities and interests of the Women's Council of Realtors at all times? If so, please answer, I do promise.
I do promise.
All right. It is my honor, by the virtue and authority conferred upon me, to declare each of you duly and officially installed in your respective offices. I extend to you my congratulations and best wishes. Good for 2021. Yay. Let's hope it's not a repeat of 2020.
Don't jinx it, Katie.
Please, yeah. So no leadership team is complete without the support from project team leaders. I would like to acknowledge the project team leaders volunteering to serve your network. Melissa Botsford, past president's project team leader. Brandon McKeela, social media project team leader. Where's Brandon? Brandon here? Oh, I don't see Brandon. Jennifer Craig, events project team leader. That's a big job.
Big job.
This team will work together to put on successful industry events, networking and member-only events, provide education, membership value, leadership development, and I know it's 275, you're gonna have a lot of fun along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the 2021 Women's Council of Realtors 275 leadership team. Congratulations. All right. I'm supposed to hand you a gavel, Melissa, so I virtually hand it to you.
Thank you very much, Katie.
You're very welcome.
I just want to take a few minutes to say a few words here. First of all, I'd like to thank Katie for installing the governing board today. It's a privilege to have her bestow this honor upon us, and I look forward to her leadership in 2021. And I want to say a big thank you to our national and state leadership teams. I see we have our 2021 state president, Kellie Smith, on the call, and our 2020 current governor, and then 2021 state president-elect, Bethany Brokaw, and a couple other sister network presidents who are joining us, Christine from Lansing. I see Colleen Dawson, who's the outgoing Southwestern president, and then Tammy Dykema, who's the incoming 2021 Southwestern president. So thank you for joining us today. And I appreciate everyone's guidance this year. You were a huge support and source of information. I'd also like to thank our outgoing president, Melissa Botsford, and our 2020 governing board for their leadership, guidance, and service this year. 2020 was undoubtedly unexpected, but they rose to the challenge, and everybody's favorite word, pivoted, to bring value to our members and strategic partners this year. As to our members, I can't begin to thank you enough for all of your support over the past year. No one knew what to expect, but everyone was gracious and kind. And for what we like to call future members of the 275 corridor, we'd like to have you consider joining or rejoining, because being a member of this network has been such an asset to both my business and personal lives. So we want to have you join us. This network is supported by our fellow industry professionals in their roles as strategic partners, and we rely on them for this support along with their knowledge and experience. So I want to take just a moment to thank every one of our 2020 strategic partners this year. Our Platinum Broker sponsor, Gary Regish with Rumerica United Realty. Our Platinum Strategic sponsors with Cross Country Mortgage is Vicki Plagans. With Farm Bureau Insurance is Chris Barbas. With Linnell and Associates is Rick Linnell and Kathy Colkins. Primary Title with Chris Olson and Carl Manugian. And Trademark Home Inspection with Matt and Tiffany Cottenham. Thank you so very much for your support this past year. For our Gold Strategic Partners, we have Will Barani with Community Financial Credit Union. Kate McCarty with Embassy Title. Dave Delphi and Wendy Rupp, I know you're on there somewhere, with Pillar to Post Home Inspections, and then Kevin Whitlock with Tedder Whitlock Consulting. Our Silver Strategic sponsors, Allstate Insurance, Kristen Faber, Changing Places Moving Company with Jonna Struck, and Loan Depot with Andrew Buck. And last but not least, I'd also like to thank the Jamie Benner Mortgage Group with Success Mortgage and Title Partners for their basic support this year. So we couldn't have done it without you, and we appreciate it. So I joined the 275 corridor in, I think, 2017. Time blurs together lately, but as a newer agent, in the hopes that I would meet some fellow industry professionals and realtors for networking opportunities. I never would have thought for a second that I'd stand here today as your 2021 president. Now, I largely blame, and I do mean blame, my sister-in-law for getting me in this predicament, but it isn't a predicament at all. So I just want to take a moment to thank everybody for all of their support, not only in 2020, but in 2021. So I'm looking forward to an amazing year, and can't wait to see what it holds in store for the network. So we're trying to keep this short and sweet today because we know everyone has busy lives, but we'd like to move on now to some awards. And I'm going to start by handing over the reins back to Rick Linnell to present the Karen M. Linnell Award for Service and Dedication. The floor is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the opportunity. This is an award in honor of my mother, who has been a great influence on my life. And I've had the opportunity to give this award out at other local Women's Council chapters, and I wanted to expand it to this chapter. My mother is an inspiration to me and a mentor to me, a business mentor and a life mentor. She started a nonprofit company in 1976. It was a different industry, it was a home health care agency. And what I saw from my mother was a lot of hard work. She built her company to over 300 employees. And in addition to being a hardworking businesswoman, she was very involved in her industry. She was the president of her state association. She was the president of her national association. She would fly to DC regularly to lobby. She would go to Lansing regularly to lobby. And it was a nonprofit corporation. Yes, she was paid, and she was paid nicely, but ultimately there was an aspect of doing good for the community. And when I started to get involved with Women's Council of Realtors, specifically this chapter, I saw a lot of those same qualities that reminded me of my mother, a desire to be a professional, a desire to give back, a desire to give back to the community, but also to the industry. And seeing those things made me want to give out this award. In the interest of keeping it short and sweet, I'll keep it short and sweet. The award itself is a $1,000 award to be given to the recipient to use as they see fit. There is no requirement or even question as to what they use it for. And quite honestly, it's none of my business. They've earned that through their actions. And in addition, we have this this tile, Kawabic tile we give out as well. And a little bit about this year's recipients, who I happen to know. And I should give it a step back. The criteria is that someone who's active in Women's Council, someone who must have served on the board for at least 2 years, and they must be active in charitable endeavors. That's the baseline. We have yet to have a recipient who just met the baseline. Every recipient that's ever received this award, and this will be the inaugural one for this chapter, has gone way above and beyond this criteria, which in and of itself is impressive if you met that criteria, let alone going above and beyond it. In particular, this person was the 2021 Women's Council of Realtors State President, the 2020 Chairperson of GMAR's Membership Engagement Committee, active member of the Canton Chamber of Commerce, a supporter of local businesses in the Canton area, participates in the Women's Build for Habitat for Humanity, 2018 president of the the 275 corridor, can't get the I out of my head, 275 corridor chapter, active supporter and participant in local politics, including supporting her husband, Degen, in his bid for to become a trustee of Canton Township. And maybe most importantly, proud mother of Sydney and Cameron, wife of Degen, and dog mother to Shiloh. Your inaugural recipient is Kellie Smith.
Yay!
We will have to come by with masks.
I want that framed. You don't.
This is our giant check that I will come by, hopefully be able, not hopefully, will come by, whether it be COVID or maybe after COVID, and take a picture with you so that we can put it on our wall. And I couldn't think of somebody more deserving, Kellie.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. And you can come by anytime. You're always welcome. Our door is always open for all of you. And I'm very humbled and obviously very surprised. So you guys all know I cry, and I'm trying to stop myself and not sound like an idiot, but I'm very honored. Hold on.
Well, we're happy to.
Very deserved.
Very deserved. Yes, I think that's well.
Well, we do everything out of love and passion, and to emulate the leaders that have come before us. So, thank you very much. I'm not going to cry during my inspiration or my installation, however.
No, you
maybe a little bit. Thank you.
Yes, you will.
I had somebody else pegged on this call for it.
Surprise! You're in it.
I'm very honored. Thank you very much. And thank you for your inspiration, Rick. That was very good and timely.
Thank you.
Wow. Good. Great words.
Thank you so much, Rick. We appreciate it. And now we'd like to move on to present our 2020 Strategic Partner of the Year Award. Today, the 275 Corridor Network is proud to award this to a strategic partner who has been a dedicated and continued supporter with their time, efforts, and willingness to help our network. They are a true professional in every sense of the word, and it is a privilege to know them. So I'd like to award this to Chris Olson from Primary Title. Congratulations. I know that Chris wasn't able to join us today, but I see that Carl Manugian is on the call, and I don't know if I should put him on the spot. Seeing if he would like to say a few words. Carl?
I figured out how to unmute. Wow, that's really something. This is, just listening to the whole meeting and watching everybody, the outgoing board, the incoming board, Kellie, Rick, you do such a nice job. It's really a meaningful group. I can tell you, Chris and I both are proud to be members and to support the group. We appreciate your support as well. And I guess I'll just say on behalf of Chris, thank you all very much. And I wish you a very happy, healthy holiday season and 2021. Thank you. Kellie, you almost made me cry. They got me going too.
Well,
I do my best, Carl.
Very nice, Melissa. Thank you.
We appreciate everything that Primary has done for the network. So thank you very much. Again, it couldn't go to more deserving company and group. So we thank you.
It's our pleasure. You guys are great. And you are still the most fun of anybody I know.
We like to think so, but it's nice to hear it from somebody else too. All right, last but not least, we want to take a moment to award our 2020 Member of the Year. And today we are proud to award this to a member who has shown continued dedication, support, and willingness to contribute her time, her ideas, and still serve the network in a number of capacities. She is honest, she is funny, and I'm honored to call her my friend. Stacy Pardykes, congratulations on being our 2020 Member of the Year. It is well deserved.
Thank you very much. I was, sorry, Kelly, stop crying.
I'm just trying to wipe my nose.
Thank you very much. I have made a lot of great friends and supporters here, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Welcome. And we will be getting your awards out to you here shortly. So. But I want to, again, take a moment to thank everybody who made today possible and who was part of today's experience. Obviously, has taught everybody to learn how to change quickly and adapt and move forward. I'm looking forward to 2021, but want to thank everybody for all of their support in 2020. And here's to great things in 2021. So thank you to everyone for joining us today. We greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. And I just want to close out with, I am so darn proud of Melissa Degen. For those of you who don't know, she's married to my older brother. So she has the name I was born with. I was born Melissa Degen. And so that's always a little bit of a joke. And I'm just so darn proud of her. And I just want to make sure, because she is leading us into 2021. She's not one that seeks out the spotlight. You know, that's not, but let me tell you, she is going to, I keep telling her, she's going to be far better than I was. She is really, she gets in there and she gets it done. And I'm just so darn proud of her and happy that she allowed me to kind of stay involved. So thank you to everyone. I love you all. And please, 2021, can we see each other in person? Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Well done, Kelly. Everyone else, well done.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all our strategic partners too. Love you all.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, bye. Melissa Degen is the president. Bye, guys.